Is Plant vs. Zombie a good game? Naturally, I'm not going to answer that question right now, but I will summarize it before we begin with the outro review. Let's start with this. So I decided to research what are the best game in 2009, and this is what I got from Google results. And you can see as well. Zoom in, these are the best 52 game according to Google. I'll scroll down. Some of them I do have, some of them I never even heard, and some I have never actually played, but I have bought them. It's that prototype, I bought that, Minecraft, Plant vs. Zombie, that's what I'm talking about. I'll go back up to that in a minute. Right, that's all of those. Now let me just go back here and talk about this. Now, Plant vs. Zombie came out in 2009, May 5th, as the music video, and it's also said right here, rated E10 plus, as explained. I want to see the review on it, this game. So many people would say this is a good game, 9 out of 10. And I personally believe that as well, because the game happened to be one of those that had the Game of the Year award, which I will show that as well. So we have 9 out of 10 from IGN. I don't know what that stands for. We got 87% on Metacritic, and a 8.5 out of 10 by GameSpot. I never heard of them either. Although I'm not gonna put on these links because I'm just bringing up my point of view. Although right here, Game of the Year, general discussion. So let's pull up the Game of the Year. Now, this have a Game of the Year only on PC by my own research. Yeah, so Plant vs. Zombie is a tower defense video game. It's developed by PopCap game, where players defend their home from zombies by strategizing, planting various plants with unique ability. Across this game like a big popularity because Garden Warfare, the sequel, some other Plant vs. Zombie came out, and now recently they created Replanted. I'm not gonna talk about that game right now because it's receiving a lot of critical hate because people have been already know that the game looked bad because AI having upscale, and not a lot of original creators came back to reprise their creation of Plant vs. Zombie Replanted. This review already happened like yesterday. The game had been released today because it's October 23. So there's that. This game is free on the App Store. Although personally, the game I recommend you play the HD edition, high definitive, because it's better play. I'm gonna go back to the game year. What is it on? What is Plant vs. Zombie on? So the game of the year, according to what people ask, The best one is Uncharted 2. No big surprise. Demon Soul. Never heard of that. Batman Arkham Asylum, obviously. So more, and Fallout 3. What's funny is I bought 2 copies of the same game on the same console. So I bought 2 copies of that on the Xbox 360 and 2 copies of that on the PlayStation 3. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so this in 2010, that's when they got the Game of the Year award, which is on PC or Mac, or nowadays called Steam. The point of reason is that the Flash version of the game been released at September 23 of 2009. Free able Flash, okay. Up to 3 level to 4. Yeah, was released in July of 2010. Okay. So Plant vs. Zombie, they have 5 stages in total, 50 level. I have played those. You would know that because that's why you're watching this review. The first one is day 1. Second one, night, level 2. Uh, third one is called pool. I don't know why they call it that. They call it the backyard, but that's not my choice. So moving on. The fourth one called fog. Again, don't know. And the last one called roof. This one features the one and only boss fight in the game. And one and only is correct on that. The other one would be boss fight, our hard one. Now, I'm not going to make this review too long, but I am going to show you what I got. So, day 1, you start with a typical tutorial, all the way up to level 6, I think. Let me check. Now, welcome back to the game. Now, here's what we're going to start with. I'm going to actually turn off the music. Pretty low. Have that be in the background for now. You're a data choice. I didn't know that. So we're moving on. Now, let me just show you what it has. So the game has this. You start with the tutorial all the way up to, I think, level 6 or 7. I don't know. I'm not going to play this because I'm already tired of this game. So you got day 1, night number 2, 3, pool, 4, fog, and 5, roof. The only boss fight in the game is roof, level 10, versus Edgar Zombar. One of the most ironic names I can ever think about giving to a zombie, but this is my game. I didn't make it. It's not even my favorite game either. So, instead of just doing the boring review stuff, I'm going to play this. So, just now it doesn't count as a gameplay, even though I'm just playing it, it's a review, so let that sink in for you. Anyway, continue. Now, this is how the levels start, as any other one would. You start with music, or some dialogue from Crazy Dave. Crazy Dave is your advisor, I guess. So I'm gonna play this while it's on. Advisor or not, he's your companion in the game. And as much as I don't really like the character very much, I can't help but kinda impersonate at him throughout the rest of this series, because this game really put a toll on me. So, the game's pretty easy. I'm playing one of the not so hard boss fight in my opinion. But it does have moments that were refreshing. that you're watching right now. The way to beat this boss is pretty easy in my opinion. But you gotta be sure to at least keep one of the half videos. Otherwise, you're gonna have no idea what's gonna come out of his mouth. Gonna be a fireball, gonna be kind of frozen frostball or something. You just don't know. Because you probably never played it before. But you already watched me play it. So the game is available on iOS or I don't know the word for it. iPad or iPhone. I never played this game on an Android, so yeah, there's that. So I never played the game on Android because I never owned one, so I would never know how the game is different on other stuff. But I have played the game in its entirety on Xbox 360. Would you write a title? The thumbnail have the game here at this moment. I just feel like it feels right to include that. Although this review might be out of date, but I'm not gonna play the reprinted one as I just said. So let me just put my sock into this a little more. We got a few zombies called Bunchy Zombies. These guys have a name and I just ignored them. Anyway, moving on. What else I want to talk about? I don't have a script, so all these are just coming out of my mouth. Pretty much at random. I got one thing, then another thing, then pretty much whatever. That's shit. It's kind of hard for me to focus on this when I'm talking about. So there's that. Anyway, right. Now, I'm gonna go to the archive book to show you how many plants there are. I'm not gonna do any more achievements because I'm kind of tired of this game. I'm pretty done with it too. So I have no interest of looking at such thing anymore. I will play the other one. It's supposed to be harder. Can't really tell the difference. I would buy the random chances, I guess. I'm not gonna replay the game like I did with the 6-hour long one. Because that video took me 3 days to work on. This is why I titled 72 hours of this. Which I don't lie when I say it did took me that long. Now necessarily this game's not very long. If you want to play this game for yourself, the best way to play this game, how long it takes. It took me about 5 to 6 hours to beat the game, so it might take you just as much of that time as well. I can't be sure on that. Because I'm not really an expert when it comes to reviews, so expect what you might not expect. I will tell you this, the music is very good. Unfortunately, some of them are copyrighted apparently. Although I wouldn't know because YouTube doesn't tell you. It just claims it is. So there's that issue. But does it stop me from playing the game? Now. Oh, by the way, if you think I sound sick or something, it's because I'm kinda am. I'm sick of the game. I'm kinda tired of it. So it's a kind of sick that I'm annoyed. Now, we're done with that because this is the only boss fight in game mode 2. The other one is only a harder version of the first one. Then coming 3, 2, 1. Now, before I get started with the other one, the other boss fight, I'm going to play each one of these levels individually by level 9 and onward. I'm not going to do showdown because, well, why would I? So we're going to do every level 9 where I talk about my perspective view on this, show you how every level has its own layout. I'm not going to do showdown level 10 because this one really made me mad when I played it. So we're going to start with level 9, level stage 1. Stop. Let's go. I probably should have done this at first, but never too late, then sorry. Now this is how usually the game starts. You select your own plant. There are some you can use, some you cannot. Such as, how many of these are there? I'll look at this later. So this is the index book. I'll show you all the plant and zombies. I'll show you these in a minute. For now, we're gonna start with this. We're gonna start with the basic. You start with 8 of these. Although I don't know where the 9th slot came from. But if you want to, I think I bought that. I don't know. What you can do is you can just start with that. Unfortunately, the game doesn't let you continue unless you have all the slots selected, which is understandable because it's games like Bookhead and it can really make you really want to think your choices really quick. Anyway, let's continue. How day stage work is this. It rains down sun, and then I feel like I'm a teacher explaining it to a lot of kids. And I'm just explaining it to myself. Okay, let me just finish. So, you start with a sunflower. Okay, that's what I would start with. And then you play your game the way you want. I personally invite you to get a row, maybe 2 rows of sun if you feel like doing that. To really make the game last longer than it should. I don't know. I'm gonna put this walnut here. My own choice of decision. I put that there. Again, I turned down the sound and the music because I want to talk my opinion on this kind of topic. Speaking of topics, there's the pea shooter. The shoot P. P-E-A. If you think I'm talking about something else, you are wrong. I guess I could move the walnut. There's a frost pea shooter or something. I don't know. You got sunflower, potato mine, walnut. Pretty straightforward. Now these guys, Cone has there are some content art that's explaining the backstory of these zombies on there. Not really explain them in story-wise, just explain why they're dressed like that. Kind of explain. putting in the detail. Now, the sun, or sunlight, as the game wants to call it, are currency for the game. Now, the currency, the more you get, the more you can afford such plants, such as pea shooter, sun, cherry bomb, whatever you think is affordable. Now, these guys, Buckethead, these guys are one of few take a lot of hit kind of zombie. And you really need to take it down fast as possible, because these guys are really some blockage walls. Now I'm gonna save some of these up just a bit. Now the game's very highly replayable. Yeah, it's highly replayable. If you're just gonna have a very casual, fun time playing the game, it's highly replayable. But however, if you're chasing achievement for this game, then completing the achievement will take you probably roughly a lot of time, in my opinion. It's just preaching for the achievement instead of just enjoyment of the game. Does not mean the game is bad, it's just have a lot to offer than just want it to. I don't know if that makes sense. My point is, this game is free to play if you want to play on mobile or Android. But if you want to play the HD one, that is like $5, I think, was the upstore last sale or something. I don't know, I got mine for free like years ago before they changed the price, so that's one inconsistency of the problem for most people. But it's a game worth $5, highly definitive. I say yes. I can't play it anymore because for some reason it won't work on my iPad Air, but it is playable on older devices if you have them. Yeah, because nobody actually holds these old games anymore. For some reason, they just sell them. Just sell them and kind of only appreciate the value of them just by the money. The game has more value than just pointing out, calling it, oh, I got a lot of value on myself. You can probably sell it for like getting like $1,000 or something. I don't know. That would sound true if the game was unopened. If the game had been open, then it's kind of not how you're gonna sell it. I would know because I've been to a lot of used game stores that have very cheap price. Most highly recommend one if you're looking for a good cheap game. I recommend Disc Trader. They are pretty much almost everywhere near me. I'm not gonna mark out their location, but if you want to know what it is, then I will bring that up. I have not used a cherry bomb or this, but I will use it. Now this one, you have to kind of choose when you want to use it, because this one have a cooldown feature that takes a while. They can take out at least an 8 spots. Okay, hold on. Let's like this. Let me grab this. So you got the cherry right here. So it can only hit like around this kind of circle. There you go. That area is complete with these points. Now, before we move on to the next area, I want to bring up some facts here and there. Let's look at the book real quick. So I already brought the look at the book just a moment ago. Okay, you got a pea shooter. These will show you what they can do. There you go. The first line of defense, they shoot P at attacking zombies. They do normal damage, a single P per few seconds, cost 100 sun, light, and currency. Recharge pretty fast. You got sunflower, they reproduce sunlight for you to have more currency to get more plant. Cherry bomb, these will take a while to do minimal damage, massive one, but minimal compared to the other one, which I will talk about later. You got walnut, they defend, they got high toughness, protect you from zombies. They had high toughness, that's how they got beaten by the tornado. We'll get to that later. We got the potato mine. They can do very high massive damage, only in one spot. They can almost take out every zombie in one go. I say almost because we got the bigger one. I'll talk about that one later. We got the snow pea shooter. I prefer calling it the snow pea shooter. This one still do damage, but adds throw effects, meaning they throw down the zombie, as you already saw. We got the chomper, forever fan favorite of mine. Because this guy eat zombie, which does a lot of damage, but it takes more damage on bigger zombies, so there's that. And this thing have a certain range, so it can't really reach those bungee zombies. Give you that idea. That's how hard they are. They can't. Actually, we'll go to the zombie one later. Now we got the repeater. Okay. The repeater shoot 2P at the same time. It does double the firing speed, I think, for each P, the normal attack, but they shoot more. So there's that. I will scroll down and go here. Now the sunflower is not unlockable, twin sunflower, it's not unlockable in the main game, but it is unlockable at the shop. We'll get to that shop in a minute. So this one produced 2 sunflower, which sunflower are 25 each, before the sequel changed that. Huh. Sunflower was alive. Recharge very slowly, cost 150, obviously. Alright, let's continue now. Alright, for some reason there's no music playing here, even though it's turned way down. As you can hear, there's no music, so I'm gonna put it back there. Alright, for this, we're gonna continue with the night stuff, meaning these in particular. Another night one, what can I use? I'll use a magnet if I want. I'm not gonna touch on these power up plant, not very much. That's why I kind of selected the twin sunflower one. I didn't really use it. I just selected it just to start playing the game. All right, so let's start with this. These guys, I don't know what they're called. Mushroom, something. So we're just gonna call these mushroom for the time being. You can get a lot of these guys because these guys are pretty cost nothing actually. They shoot these little purple something. I don't know what it is, but it is very effective because it took that guy down like no problem. Oh. I don't know what kind of review you're kind of hoping to hear from me. I never done a review before. It's not really something I do. Make a review about it and talk about it and be in particular honest about it. I am being honest. The game is very high replayable. I highly recommend it if you have never played it. Although, if you want to play Replanted, I can't say what my personal take on it is because I refuse to buy it for what I said. I don't want to play digital game. But for what the developer did, they used upscale the game with AI. That is another reason why I refuse to play it now. Now I don't know if you know this or not because practically no one knows about anything about me, so it's understandable. I dislike AI a lot. I just find that the most laziest thing for anyone to use it for. You don't really use AI what I consider properly. What I mean by that is actually use AI in something that matters. There's actually an ad that show how lazy people are if they use those AI feature, which is pretty funny and very laughable to me because you're supposed to be a specialist in these job, right? Why are you asking AI to weld those metal together? It's a artificial intelligence, not a real being. I'm gonna get slammed by somebody who think AI are real because I'm pretty sure they just say, oh, AI is way more than just a piece of garbage, right? If you think that, that's fine by you. I don't care. It's just one of those things I'm just not gonna use ever again, despite I have used it in the past. It have not been that long since I last used it. I think I only used it during April when I just got bored and just want to make that song I written down. Ever since then, I have not really used it since, so there's that. Now these guys are called grave eater. That's what I call them. They eat the grave, but I'm gonna spare one of them. Just why? Because zombie come out of those grave. Now these I can remember these names. They're called hidno hidnotum. What they're called? Once a zombie take a bite of that guy, they join your side. But they don't stay on the field. They just walk off the field. It's kind of funny actually. Now for test run example, let's see if you can bite that. For the yeah, there we go. Now it makes this weird noise like a or something once he took a bite out of it and then start joining. Kind of funny, kind of, I guess. Anyway, enough about AI. I'm gonna go back to this review now. Let's see. What else do I want to add to the field? I guess I could, just make it more fun, challenging, perhaps. Now, do I hate the game? No, I don't hate Plant vs. Zombie. I kind of wish I played it sooner. It's one of those games I could have played years ago. Though it's kind of funny is I asked my mom this question: have you ever heard Plant vs. Zombie? She said there's a game called Plant vs. Human. I never heard about that. It's kind of sound like a knockoff, but it's actually not. It's pretty different. I'll talk about that in another video. Is anyone actually interested in that kind of video topic? I would very gratefully appreciate talking about it. I'm gonna get rid of these grades because, oh yeah, another thing about these shrooms that have long range attack distance, they're coward. They can't take on zombie when they're so close to each other because when they get close, it's not just one that's coward, it's three of them that are in that specific row. For example, if you have this zombie with the screen door shield or something, then you walk up pretty close These guys stop shooting and then just all of a sudden be coward. How ridiculous that sound. They just act like freaking coward, and it's kind of annoying actually if you're in a high, challenging situation. About my microphone. Alright, we're gonna end it off pretty short. So we're gonna use this. And then use this just to stop the grade from coming in. Now, this point is my favorite. It's a nuke. Quite literally. It blow up every zombie in range. However, it takes a lot of time to not only get the plant back, but also fill in that crater, what the game call it. So that's nice. Excuse me. Alright, so that was day, night. Now we're going with pool here. Now, before I continue, let's look at the zombie catalog, because some of these are interesting. Alright, so we got the basic zombie, got the flag zombie, cone head zombie, whole Voldo zombie. I think I said that wrong. Voltane zombie. There we go. Buckethead zombie. This is one of the toughest ones before the football player ones show up. Football zombie. This one is the most annoying one because they run somehow, but their weakness is metal, a magnet. But their other weakness is freezing up with the frost shroom or something. Green door shield zombie, the newspaper zombie. Okay. Got the dancing zombie, although as a kid I probably called disco zombie. Then we got the backup dancer. That's a pretty relatable. For real life, not me. I don't dance. Alright, what's that with the shroom? We got the pup shroom. That sounds weird now as I think about it. We got the sun shroom. These guys are pretty the same as the other plant. The only difference they're mushroom. We got the shroom. This one is actually useful because it got wrong range, does normal damage, goes right through the screen door shield. I should have brought that up during the match, I thought. We got the Grave Buster. You could just change it to Grave Eater. Grave Eater. I feel like that's a better name for it. Anyway, these guys only eat grave. You cannot put them on the field, regardless of what you see right here on the display. They are on the field. But they have to eat the grave for it to work, so there's that. Hypno Shroom, as I already mentioned, when eating, the zombie will be forced to turn around and fight for you. Forced because mind control. Now we got the Squandry Shroom, is that how you say it? Scary Shroom, okay, there we go. Now these guys are long range shooter that hide when enemies get near them. They're coward. That's another word for them. Got the Ice Shroom. This guy is pretty useful. You can get $3 zombies in play. Now this one is my personal favorite. The Dune Shroom. This guy is a freaking nuke. But cannot be placed on crater after you destroy the ground with massive damage, all zombie in range, all in a single instant hit. Leave a crater, sleep during the day. That's the problem with some of these plants. Very far recharge. You're lucky if I'm on your side, say the Doom Shroom. I could destroy everything you hold dear. It wouldn't be hard. I love that quote. That's a good one. Alright, let's continue now. Now, there are some of these zombies that are highly annoying. So let's start off with a simple D. Now, I'm not going to be able to use... Maybe I can try. It's going to take me a while. I'm going to try to showcase all of these. Try, as I may. I'm not really going to be able to use this one, so I'm going to skip that one. Just use D2. Now, the multi-P shooter, they are high powerful plant. I will give it that. I rarely use it because it's cost 300 sun to afford it. Not very easy to pull off unless you want to take on high gameplay. Now, what I can talk about is this, is the game for each level, I think they take up at least a solid 5 to 10 minutes if you want to play short or long. But you want to play long run, a long gameplay, call that. Then I think it would take about around 10 to 15 minutes or so, considering how long it lasts. Let's add flag wise. This one has 3 flags. That will show you how long, with an L, the level will be. I'm mostly stuttering a little, but that's not completely my fault. I cannot worry about story. I'm getting sidetracked. This happened to be one of 2 only areas in the game history that feature 6 lanes of line. Pretty fascinating, actually. I just realized I didn't grab any plant to help me shoot. Well, that's a problem. Okay, so I'm stupid that I didn't grab any plant to help me out. But I'm not completely ironic because I'm smart enough to grab some plant to help me with some degree. So that's why I have, if not a lot, of idea. Now, if you want to play high strategy red, you can pull it off simply if you want to try to do it. I guess it's lucky I grabbed the spike at all. Just to help me punch some of these zombies. Give them some damage while they're at it, I guess, I don't know. Now, I know that I didn't grab a lot of... I didn't grab any range, that's the problem. I could have used P-shirt. Well, that's the problem. Not my problem though, because I can handle it. This is gonna be one of those levels that I got to put down 3 lanes of sunflower. Just because how stupid I just try to do this now. Great. Luckily I grabbed that. That's not a problem. See, I can easily just fix my mistake kinda because not too much of a mistake to make if you're doing it as well as I am. At least I don't know. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that. So there, at some point, you can't put down on water or in water. That's actually because it's a wave. How would you? So this might be maybe one or two times I could probably beat this without any rain point. I guess you can call them that. I don't know. I just make a stupid decision. When super pride is stupid decision. Cause I'm kind of dumbass when it comes to this kind of stuff. I will say the game is very, very fun. I just don't express it very expressively, if you call it that. I have no idea. Does not mean I do not enjoy the game. I like it a lot. I just don't say it. It's kind of hard to admit that. There's a lot of waiting going on here, and I apologize for that. At least. But the game has its moment to shine. It's boring if you want to play it. It's a good time waster, let me tell you that. Again, as I just said, I highly recommend you play the game. If you don't want to, that's fine too. It's just a recommend, a suggestion. You don't have to play the game if you don't love it. It's wrong. Pretty wrong in how. Alright, here comes the dolphin. Now these guys are the annoying ones. You have to make sure they don't jump over your wall. Although, in particular, they won't be able to jump over these tornado. Because they can't jump over it. Lucky. Again, I did not grab any plant that can help me. I even grabbed firewall. That's not gonna help me. So yeah, this is pretty boring. I guess you can skip this part. I know I would. You probably ride along your part of the recording. It's pretty long. Ah! There we go. I don't really question the laws of the game very much because I don't think we can make sense of it. How did the fire doesn't burn everything? It's kind of hard to question that. So, yay. Okay, this is really challenging. I didn't really expect it to be so hard. Oh yeah, they're okay, they just blow up. I don't know. You know, I'm gonna let them take that lead. I don't really care much for the pool, honestly. You can't get out of it, so but to stick around for that, I guess. No, those are called pool cleanup. I don't know what they are. I really want to know. For some reason I didn't hit you as well. For some reason. Why am my spike disappearing for? You're gonna put that there, because why not? Am I right? Or am I not? I don't know. Alright, Dolphin. Oh, I'm not done. You put that there. Get rid of you. The squad can really just destroy everyone inside. And that's how you do it. My way. Getting hard? Absolutely not. It is pretty easy. If you mess up once, that is when it's hard. Luckily, I don't really mess up very often. Alright, I'm not gonna play all these levels again and again. I'm gonna play this one last right now, and then play the harder one. So let's go with that. I'm not gonna bother looking through all this because I don't really have a lot of time, honestly. I just rather not make it too long, otherwise it's probably not gonna be watchable. So we're just gonna look at these. This one in particular, this one's the wrong. This one is the hard one. This one called a Yeti, a rare and a curious creature. Toughness is pretty high, but the reward for this guy is very useful. Now this guy ran away after a short while. Little was known about the Yeti zombie, but once you take it down, you get like a lot of diamond of value. So hope you're lucky with that. You only show up in I think showdown, or just somewhere in this area. It's a rare encounter. I don't know if I can get it on this video, so I'm gonna try. Alright, my backyard. No Yeti. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so this one I'm gonna try to showcase a little more of some of these guys. Lantern is light up the fog. This game is very foggy. Gonna use the walnut. Gonna use the pumpkin. Use the cat. Now this one is one of my personal favorites, not this. The cattail. I keep calling it cat plant or catfish. This one's my favorite, not only because of the cat, but it's also pretty OP. God, it's very cat for the cat to feed. It's very for recharge, I know that. But this cat is my favorite. It's a shame that it's not in the sequel. But I don't know. I didn't really check the whole library, so that's my knowledge for now. Anyway, review is just going out of nowhere at this point because it's all about the gameplay now. So, would I play Plant vs. Zombie again and again sometime in the future? Like, just occasionally, like, more than once a day. Personally, in my opinion, the game is highly replayable, not a pain to play, it's pretty cheap, it's affordable, it's fun, it's well worth it in my opinion. I'm gonna put the sound on because I can't hear anything. Give me a minute. However, there is some fraud when it comes to this game. Now, when I say fraud, like, you say like this. It got some pros and cons. The game has more fraud. It is very repetitive with long time. Normally, I don't complain about the gameplay being so long or something, so forth. I can deal with that. But when it comes so casually, every single day, mostly that's my fault because I've been playing the game way too much. It's really messing me up. I have almost all the achievements complete. I think I got 40-ish done. I don't know. The game is... I highly recommend playing it for yourself if you don't believe my word or my recording. That is fine. You are allowed to like or dislike what you see. I don't have a problem with that. Another fraud this game has is EA, PopCap, whatever they're called, don't bother updating their own game anymore, which is why the game just was kind of low evolution, we call it that, in quality. Not quantity, quality. Now here's an example. Let me just show you this really quick, and don't freak out or anything. This game have a zoom in and zoom out feature. I don't know why they put it in the older game, but it needs to be removed. I just don't like it. I find it weird to even add that as a feature. Normally because playing a game like this, you don't really question the feature of it that much. I think so. Anyway, that's how I view it. Though another fraud game have is lack of... It got so much time required for you to play the game. Now, as I said this already, I'm not said it enough, I'll say it again. My only issue with the game is take long, go long, very long, L-O-N-G, long because it's very repetitive with time consuming, which is very consuming at some point. I'm just very tired of it. It's really pulling a toll on me. It's just play this, play that, just play it until your heart contented. It exhausts me to the point of near insanity, actually, because while my video I actually freak out and just gone nuts for a bit until I just pass out and just wake up like I forgot what I was doing. I can't recall what happened that day, but I can definitely say is the game have its own issue. Some games have this because once you get too highly into the game or something, you just kind of snap a bit or something. I don't know. I'm not really a psychologist or psychologist or anything. So metaphorically, in possible if the game have its moment when I don't know. I don't play the game enough. I have been playing it daily, and even then, I still can't continue playing this game. It's just very repetitive with time consuming. Mostly because I don't have time playing this game. I don't have 24/7 to play this game. I only played the game because I felt interested in it. Now, I don't really recall when the first time I ever played this game as a kid. I think I only heard about it back in 2014 of a very well known YouTuber, Zach Zach Scott, who is a very well known favorite zombie player in the community. Pretty recently, he hit like 5.5 million subscribers or something last I checked. And that's a very well known milestone. Very good job for you. However, he made over 1,000 videos of Plant vs. Zombie 2. That is insane. I find it insane myself because how can you play the same game for a decade without getting tired of it? I know there are some games such as Talking Tom or something that you can just occasionally come back to the game and play it for fun or something. That's fine. You can play whatever game you seem interested into. Does that make sense? I don't know. But what does make sense in my mind of opinion is we all have our addiction or something. Mine is most certainly not this game. I just play it because I wanted to. And also because the achievement felt kind of rewarding and frustrating at some point. Now speaking of the achievement, I'm gonna go pull that up really quick before the video ends my way. Some of the coin you can collect. Personally, I don't really care about the in-game currency of coin. Good, why would I? I'm gonna repeat myself over and over to say this. The game is very fun. I just have a problem expressing it. I don't really get comments saying, why do you sound like that? Or why do you sound like you're not having fun? I am having fun. It's just I sound very mellow and laid back and such that it really just makes people think I don't like the game enough. So let me check the achievement really quick. These ones have to be so annoying. So how many did I do so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, skipping that one. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, skipping that one. 33, skipping that one. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 38. So there are 49 achievements in total, I think. So 1, 2, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. 46. I was off 3. Okay, so I got 38 achievements done within my time at the recording. Now there are a couple of them I can do. I can do the Zen Garden one. I can probably do that today. And another one that's gonna take longer is having the body count up to a very high. So let me check this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So this is the body count. I wasn't really sure if they still have this or not. But if you scroll up, there is one achievement that you have to, yeah, there it is. Reach Undead Space, which is achievement that I just got. So I have 39 achievements done now. So how high can it go? Oh, there's a Jewel reference. That's cool. I love Jewel. It's a fun puzzle game. How? 69,000? Oh, that's very odd number. 69. Okay, is there a way to scroll down fast? I don't know. So 69,000 is in total of how many zombies I have put in the trash, let's just say. So yeah, that's nice. What is that? A moon? I don't know. So yeah, there's 69,000 of these undead in my trash. Oh. Now it's Game Center. It just show you what achievement you got done. So you got 3090 done. Okay, there it is. Just pop off right there. Why not? And I'm gonna check the Zen Garden for today. I'm just gonna say 39 good. I'm gonna keep it like that. So I'm gonna end the video off with this one, the harder version of the game. So once you beat the Adventure 1, you get extra bonus content. I wasn't sure there's more than one of these because I noticed this right away because I didn't really try to hide it, honestly. The achievement said there's an extra mode, so I figured there was going to be one. So, here we go again. Round 2. Oh yeah, there's a dialogue before you start this. I'm not going to read some of these because I already read them multiple times. I guess I'll end the video off to playing the there's a zombie in a lawn sequence because that video, the music is very iconic and I really like it a lot. So I'm gonna end the video off with that, and let me just talk about this. What next after this? It's another question I put in my thumbnail, the title of the video. What's next after this? I don't have any idea. I'm very hesitant to say more than I should because there's most probably reasons why most people should stop where they're at, honestly. Now, I have more problem with just stopping where you're at kind of stuff. This is mostly YouTube fault because they don't give you a clear answer on what you are or are not allowed to do. Clear answers such as, am I allowed to upload this? Am I allowed to upload that? They don't tell you. They just say, you're not really allowed to do this. take the copyright claim and have a good day. Like, what the? Where are the reason with that? Now, there are many ways to cheat the boss fight. You can just keep spamming the shroom. Just put them in a stop block. As I am doing right now. You just stop him before you pretty much get it done fast, honestly. Keep him from moving. So you can get like 25% damage into his health bar before you get flip away. Pretty useful. You bungee jumpy. What? The bungee jumpy zombie are annoying. Okay, let me just point out some annoyances this game have. It really kind of make me just not like the game enough that I should. So the game have its high moments. The music is phenomenal. I like a lot of it. However, there are copyrights, so that's the problem with that. That's the problem itself. But what else do I like about the game is point art are good. If they ever create like the 20-year anniversary of the game, I'm hoping. Oops. If they ever create the 20-year anniversary edition of what the hell? Yeah, as I was saying, if they ever create a 20-year anniversary for this game, they should add a skill book. Okay, I feel like the game needs a skill book. A direct edition, and add all the old concept art. Thanks. That have not made it into the final release of the game because they had more for the game. Obviously, why? Come on. So these guys are the big giant. They take a lot of hits. However, he's annoying. I didn't notice it at first when I played the game. But apparently, he holds many different signs. Those signs happen to be, I don't know if they're a reference or something. Mostly because I don't know a lot of game references, and I don't really pay attention to Twitter, because I don't have a Twitter account anymore. There's that. Now, what are you gonna hit me with, though? Hit me with the ice. You stay in place, you jerk. Alright, we're almost done. Now, what's next? I guess I could finish up with my classic clan base, just get it to level 10, and then that's it. Because I don't have any more interest playing that game. I will talk about why I don't want to play the game anymore. Because over the last 13 years now, the game just felt not itself anymore. I actually made a post about it not that long, about a month or something ago, saying that the game just felt not classic clan anymore. I don't know if anyone agree with me on that. But I have been playing Classic Clan ever since the OG. Ever since the original one that been released. There's one way to stop you. Alright, we're done. 3 diamond more. Here we go. Alright, before I end the video here, let me just give out my final thought about the game. So the game is very highly replayable. They have a lot of bonus content, such as extra mode for adventure, puzzle, which you have to get like a lot of coins for them. I took my decent time. I also tried to make a video on zombie and West because the achievement on that is you have to get to the toughness to level 10 in a row without failing. It's pretty challenging. I'm gonna make a one go take on that. I already made a one go take on the last gen endless. However, if I do play the game, I will probably not say anything because these games I'm just very tired of it. Somehow, you're supposed to beat Vape Breaker all the way up to 15 streak. I don't know how you can do that. I can barely figure out how to do it. Moving on, minigame. The game have a lot of minigames. I will give it that. A lot of them are fun. However, the one I hate the most is Pogo Party. I swear, that one just made me break. I simply titled the video, This Minigame Suck, all capital, because I got so frustrated I keep constantly trailing off camera and just getting my enrage in this into like something else other than the game. Now I have not done any hot pack sale or bought whatever these are. I guess I could do one. I don't know. Let me do one of these. Sure, why not? I could make another video. All the. Okay, let me just try to talk this through. It is no longer a review anymore, apparently at this point, because this doesn't feel like a review anymore. Okay, let me get my point here. So, this review. Is the game fun? Very high playable? Yeah. Very high replayable. It's fun enough for me to consider I can enjoy my time. Another part. Is this game worth the Game of the Year award? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it's only on PC, and that copy of the game is also having an unlimited. It also have a limited edition too. I don't know what that's like because I never played a game on PC before. I already played it on mobile. Is it better on PC? Let me know. Or don't. I don't really mind. But however, the game has small flaws here and there. It got long wait time, as I already mentioned. Meaning you have to be very persistent of what you use your time on, very wisely. Because the game is that persistent to use whatever time of resources it gets. I will make a few occasional videos here and there just to add some more videos to this game of content, I guess. I don't know. However, I will not be very chatty about them. I will have some words to talk about the individual game. It takes 2 squads to annihilate those big guys. Shimmering. Now, I will mention a few high points of my favorite plant in a tier list video. But now, I'm not going to do that because I just don't have a motivation to do it now. Unfortunately, because my motivation for this game is very low. And I just don't have any interest playing the game anymore. I might fail this, but personally, I don't care. Give me an excuse to listen to Showdown music, my favorite song in the game. What's unfortunate is the game is copyrighted. So you probably won't hear it. Unless it's not, I don't know. For whatever reason, the YouTube, the system just pretty random with me. It's like, let's just mess around with you. We're going to give you a false copyright claim that the music's not, in fact, copyrighted. We just don't like your content. Well, thanks. That made me feel less better than I ever did. I didn't get no message about that, I just made it up, assuming that's what they would say. Well, we're done with that. I'm gonna get my bonus reward for my trouble. Alright, now, before I end the video here, and just play the music, I guess, if I'm allowed to, I don't know. That video, I made a short on that. So far, it's still on YouTube, and I don't think they even know about it, unless they didn't or did, I don't know. So, that's fine. Now, what's gonna happen next after this? I'm gonna take a few days off, not like occasionally a lot of days off. I have one more video in the work, the Sonic Dash video. I will publish it, premiere it. It's gonna be premiered for the whole day, and then that's it for now. I'm gonna take the rest of the day off, and then all the other days too, just to reflect and try to recover from my Plant vs. Zombie endless assassin here. So, yeah. Have a victorious day or night. So long, goodbye. I suggest you could or could not, or don't have to. You can subscribe, you can like, you can comment. I don't mind. You do what you want. You're in the hand of your own control of your own devices. Your free will, your decision. I just say whatever the hell comes out of my mouth. So, there you go. So long, goodbye. Have a victorious day or night. And I'll probably see you sometime next week. I don't know. Bye-bye.
Off of my head, and then eat the brains of the one who planted me here.
No!
I'm just a sunflower, but you need power and entire infantry. You like the taste of brains, we don't like zombies.
I used to play football. Well, don't protect my head. I have a screen door shield. We are the undead.
There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. We don't want zombies on our lawn. Maybe it's time to reevaluate. I know you have a lot of food on your plate. Brains are quite rich in cholesterol. You're dead, so it doesn't matter. Instead, we'll use the solar power to make a lawn defense at any hour.
I like a tricycle. There's butter on my head. I'm gonna eat your brain. We are the undead.